James Clerk Maxwell was born in 1831 in Edinburgh, Scotland. He grew up in a time when science was changing quickly. People were learning more and more about the world around them, and Maxwell would become one of the most important scientists of his time. From a young age, Maxwell was very curious about how things worked. He loved to ask questions and figure out answers. When he was just a child, he was interested in numbers, shapes, and the way things moved. He would spend a lot of time thinking about these things, and his teachers soon noticed how smart he was. Maxwell went to school at the University of Edinburgh when he was 16 years old. There, he studied many different subjects, but his favorite was mathematics. He loved to solve problems and find patterns in numbers. Maxwell's talent for math was clear, and he soon became very good at it. But he was not just good at numbers. He was also interested in physics, which is the study of how things move and interact with each other. One of the things that Maxwell found most interesting was the idea of light. At the time, many scientists were trying to understand light and how it worked. Some believed that light was made of tiny particles, while others believed that light was a wave. Maxwell thought that both ideas might be right. He worked hard to understand how light could be both a wave and a particle. After many years of studying, Maxwell made an important discovery. He realized that light is actually a type of wave. This was a big idea because it helped explain how light could travel through space. Before Maxwell's work, scientists had a hard time understanding how light could travel from the sun to the Earth. Maxwell's discovery showed that light could travel through space as a wave, much like waves in water. This was a huge breakthrough in science. Maxwell's work didn't just help us understand light. He also made important discoveries about electricity and magnetism. Electricity is what makes things like lights, computers, and phones work. Magnetism is what makes things like magnets stick to your refrigerator. Maxwell figured out that electricity and magnetism are closely connected. He showed that changing electric fields could create magnetic fields, and changing magnetic fields could create electric fields. This idea was so important that it became one of the key ideas in physics, called electromagnetism. Maxwell's discovery was also important because it helped scientists understand how waves work. He showed that light, electricity, and magnetism were all different types of waves, and they all followed similar rules. This idea helped scientists in the future to understand many things about the world around us, including radio waves, X-rays, and even the way the Earth moves. Maxwell didn't just stop at discovering new things about light, electricity, and magnetism. He also helped to create important equations that describe how these things work. These equations are known as Maxwell's equations, and they are still used by scientists today. They describe how electric and magnetic fields work together to create waves of energy. These equations help scientists understand how things like radio signals, microwaves, and even the light from the sun travel through space. One of the reasons Maxwell was able to make such important discoveries was because he worked very hard and was very focused. He didn't just accept the ideas that were already known. Instead, he asked questions and looked for answers. Maxwell was not afraid to challenge old ideas, and that is one of the reasons his work was so important. Maxwell's work also helped to explain many things that had been a mystery before. For example, before Maxwell's discoveries, scientists didn't fully understand how light worked. But after Maxwell's work, it was much easier to understand how light traveled and how it interacted with other things. Maxwell's ideas helped other scientists, like Albert Einstein, make even more discoveries about the nature of light and energy. Maxwell's discoveries also had a big impact on technology. Today, many of the things we use every day, like cell phones, computers, and television, are possible because of Maxwell's work. The way these devices work is based on the ideas Maxwell discovered about electricity, magnetism, and waves. Without his discoveries, many of the modern technologies we take for granted might not exist. Despite his many achievements, Maxwell was not widely recognized during his lifetime. Many people did not fully understand the importance of his work. However, after he died in 1879, other scientists began to see just how important his discoveries were. Maxwell's work became the foundation for many of the important scientific ideas that came after him. Today, he is considered one of the greatest scientists in history. In the years after Maxwell's death, scientists continued to build on his discoveries. For example, Albert Einstein used Maxwell's work to develop his theory of relativity, which is one of the most famous and important ideas in science. Maxwell's work also helped scientists understand the nature of atoms and molecules, leading to the development of quantum mechanics. His ideas about light and energy continue to shape the way we think about the universe. Maxwell's legacy is still very important today. Scientists continue to use his equations to understand the world around us. His ideas have helped to shape many of the technologies we use every day, from the way we communicate to the way we use energy. Maxwell's work shows us that asking questions and looking for answers can lead to discoveries that change the world. His life reminds us of the power of curiosity and hard work, and of how much we can learn by studying the world around us. James Clerk Maxwell's story is one of discovery, curiosity, and hard work. His work changed the way we think about light, electricity, and magnetism. Today, his discoveries continue to shape our understanding of the world and our technology. Maxwell was a true pioneer in science, and his contributions will be remembered for many years to come.